Vicky here with you, and today I'm here to do some Christmas cards. And just first of all, Merry Christmas to everybody, because this is going to air on Christmas Day, and so hope that you are all enjoying with your family, and you will be probably watching this after, I would suppose. So that's the first thing that I wanted to say. The second thing I wanted to say is that I got a comment on my last video, and it was a comment that was quite appropriate, actually, mentioning that my series was called Recycle Your Christmas Cards, and I was using toppers and some new papers, so obviously there was nothing recycled in it. So I've decided to change the name of the series to Recycle or Use Your Own Stash, because I have a lot of stuff in my stash and I need to use it up. And as you know, if you've been watching my series, I'm out of Christmas cards pretty much. You know, I still have some that I've purchased from the thrift store, but I get bored, and I don't want to do 10 of the same card all the time. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna get some new Christmas cards to recycle soon, but right now, because I'm filming this, we're the 17th of December, and right now I don't have any cards to recycle. So this is the best I can do. I can understand that some people, it might not be interesting to them, and that's fine, and I totally respect that. But I think for a lot of us, using our stash is something that's important and that we seem to forget. So that is why I'm going to do it this way. And you've seen me use stickers, and that was part of using my stash. I'm trying to use up as much as I can, because I do have a lot of it, and the toppers were one of the things that I've had forever and I hadn't used. So I'm very excited to use them up and to move on to other stuff. Talking of using them up, I was looking to make some more of my own card base, because I had only 2, and I came across this box that I still had quite a few cards in, and those were from the days of when I used to make a lot more cards, and I've had it forever as well. I thought there was more cards in here. It's mostly envelopes, I guess, but there's still 3, so that should be enough. 3 plus those 2, and I'm thinking also of using some smaller ones. So let's get this going, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you don't, please let me know. But that is something that I want to do more of in the upcoming year, trying to use up my stuff. Whether it's recycling stuff or using the stash that I already had and purchased and just didn't use. Okay, so I'm starting off the timer, and let's get going. I pulled out some more of my cardstock. This is from Recollection. I've got a lot of it, and it's stuff that I've had, like I said, for quite a long time, and I just want to use up my stuff, guys, because what's the point of having this thing, and it's taking room, and I don't want to be just a hoarder. I want to use it up and move on to other stuff, you know, because there's always new goodies out there, and there comes a point where you don't have any room anymore. So that's my take on it. Okay, so I've also pulled out my other sentiments in case I want to use them. I'm thinking that this could be pretty. I forget, I think it's Cheryl that mentioned how this is supposed to be used in your, it's supposed to be used in your printer and such. But of course, you know me, I don't use up the stuff necessarily the way it's supposed to. It was meant to be used. I use it the way I feel like it's gonna be fun for me. So that's my take on that. So let's first of all, do I layer? This could be pretty because this is kind of beige, but it would have to be very tiny because otherwise I'm going to run out of space. So this and this. So in the upcoming year, I'm thinking that at the beginning of the year, because I still have quite a lot of Christmas cards, I might not do Christmas cards every 2 weeks. I might do it every 3 weeks, and then we'll see from that point on. Because I'm gonna have to find ways of giving some out, probably to people that are in need. But this being said, there's some cards that I really do need, like birthday cards and other occasion cards, so I might do more of that at least at the beginning of the year, and I'll see how that goes moving forward. Because I've since I started doing mixed media, I've stopped doing a lot of my card making that I used to make. So I mean, I'm having a blast doing mixed media, and I'm just finding it very difficult now to be making cards, which is why this series is really actually helping me to make some, because for once I was able to mail out my cards, and actually I mailed out, I'm thinking of saying about 50 some cards, plus the ones that I gave in person. So that's, I was quite happy this year with how I did that. Because last year I had to limit who I was going to send cards to, because I hate sending cards that are pre-made. And I'm not sure if I didn't, I think I might have actually sent out some pre-made cards because I was out of cards. So yeah. So it's a good thing about this series, and I know that for a lot of you, you also had enough to send out, which is very cool. So this is one done, and I really like it. It's very feminine, and it's totally different from my usual style. So, which is why those toppers are fun, because they're different. Okay, this one I think would be perfect on a smaller card like this. And I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. Something like that. This is too pink on pink. How do I put it this way? I'll use up that little bit, but that's not coming along like I want it to. I also have this that was in my stash. I cover the base. Could be pretty. Do I have enough room to do layering? Not really. So let's just cut this along, and we'll see where we take it after. So I might put it on one side, because if I do that, I can actually maybe put the sentiment on top of that. So if you don't have toppers, and not everybody has them, you can find, if you're interested in finding them, they're on, you can find some on Amazon. I've put it in my Amazon store, a link to one of the packs. I mentioned that last time, cards. But you can also use any type of image, and I was thinking that one of the great ways of having new images for Christmas might be some Christmas books. And I just thought of it as I was speaking to you guys. So that could be a great fun. And right now, with the holidays being pretty much over, you might be able to find some for very cheap. And that could be a good solution to having some unusual images. No, images that are not just from other cards. And you can obviously use up some wrapping paper if you have some. That could be a good solution. And that, as I'm speaking to you again, I'm thinking that I have some smaller pieces that I can't use on a package unless I have some extra, some very small gifts to wrap. So maybe that would be a good idea to use that. Yeah, just a thought. I'm thinking I want to add some bling. So I'm trying to pull out my bling without making everything fall. I have this, but it's not the right color. This could be pretty, however. And it's kind of flat, which is good, because that's what I try to use. Okay, one of my cat is making some noise around here, and it's my little baby Sam. So he's probably doing something that I don't want him to do. So let me check what he's doing for 2 seconds. Oh, actually, he wasn't being naughty, which is surprising. Okay, so this is my second card. Very simple. I've used up my paper, which is not a December paper, so you don't have to go with, you know, typical December paper. And it's pink, and those are not necessarily colors that you would think of using in December, but as you can see, it makes a very feminine and beautiful card. At least that's what I think anyway. So that's one of the cards made. Let's check out some other ones. I have this here, this paper, which could be used on something. Maybe I can put it on here. Just got a feeling that I'm gonna have to put some red as well. I'm not gonna cut it too big because I've got a feeling that I'm gonna want to layer more stuff, and I don't want to have two extra paper. So this one can be a great background for something else. So that's kind of pretty in itself. Now I'm thinking I want to use this red would be pretty with this. It's a very deep red. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have to shorten this just a tiny bit. So this cardstock, I usually, when I was making a lot of cards and using a lot of backgrounds for and layering and stuff, I used to wait for sales at Michael's, because there's very often sales of paper, and so it's worth waiting for it. And then I would initially I was purchasing packs of mixed colors, and then I realized that I'm always using the same colors basically, so I stopped doing that, because I was wasting, there's a lot of papers that I wasn't using, and that was a shame. Okay, so I have this that's been sitting on my desk. That could be pretty on there. So maybe just something like that. There's a bit of green on there, so I'm going to try to, well, instead of doing that, let's use my scissors. That would be smarter thing to do. Okay, so use up that. So maybe just something like that. It's very simple, but I still think it's pretty, and because it's not too thick, it's gonna mail out a lot easier, and it won't cost me a fortune. That's one thing too. In the past, I used to do a lot of cards that were 6x6, and I stopped doing that. This year I didn't do it. I didn't do many like that, and the good thing with that is the fact that I was able to mail them out, and at a lot cheaper rate than when I was doing it with the 6x6, especially when you're shipping international, because international, it adds up very quickly. So I like this, and I finally used up my little bits. Okay, so that's done. Now, what do I want to use next? There's I still have some big sheets of paper, but I have these ones that I can use, and my son's totally not realizing I'm filming, so he's making a ton of noise. That's a cute little birdie, and that'd be cute with this. Isn't that cute already? Okay, so that is totally happening. Do I want to put some other type of paper? Well, that could be pretty. Maybe I can put some snowflakes or something. I didn't pull out all my stickers this time around, but I think I have some next to me. And what am I going to use this little piece of paper otherwise, right? So might as well use it for this. And stickers. Well, I have these rub-ons. That could be pretty. And I never use my rub-ons, so if I can use some of them, that'd be a very good thing. I think I'm going to use this. So they're silver, and I have gold on there, but because they're snowflakes, I don't think it's gonna be bad. Whoops, I need to put this first. Almost made a boo-boo. And I just realized that I have a little bit of pencil mark here. So, like that. And let's hope this is gonna work. So this is a creative memory tool. It's I use it mostly to lift up tiny little stickers more than for rubbing on, because of the fact that I don't use a lot of rub-ons. But the ones I have I should use, because this way they won't be in my stash anymore. That's why I hate rub-ons, because I never know if it's gonna totally get off or if it's gonna partially get off. Especially since I've had these ones like forever. I'm just wondering if I should be using the holiday ones, the happy holidays on this as well. And one last one here. So anything that you guys don't like, dislike using, and purchase because you thought you were gonna like it and then you just don't use it because you really don't like using it, I'd be curious to know if I'm the only one that has these. It's always fun to read your comments and to know that I'm not alone. I've been trying to comment back, but I'm getting a lot of comments, and which I totally adore and I read them all, but I'm finding that it's difficult to always get back to all of you guys. So I try to at least answer everybody that has questions, and don't think that if I don't answer you it's because I don't read you. It's not the case at all. Your comments make it interesting for me to continue doing this, because I know that you guys are watching and are enjoying it, so that makes a huge difference. Huge. Okay, so I want to do another small card because I don't have a lot of time left on the timer, and I'm thinking I've got this cute little image that would be perfect for this. And the opposite. that. Very pretty. Do have this little border. Put one on each side. So maybe that's what I'm going to do. Here. I'm loving using all the little bits and pieces. This way they no longer go back in my stash. So like that. This. Something just like that. Because that sentiment is very small, so there's not a lot of places that I can actually use it. I'm not centered. Try to center this as much as possible. And nothing of mine is ever totally centered or cut straight. You know how you're supposed to measure twice? Well, that's not me. Way too impatient. And that's a big difference between my husband and I, because he's an engineer and he likes everything to be precise, and I'm more like winging it, and so it's caused quite a lot of arguments, and at one point you just have to figure what you just let him do by himself, so this way there isn't any argument. So maybe can use some other smaller ones. I think I still have a small, and so this cute little one. Pretty. My dogs are not happy with something. I don't know what exactly. Maybe something like this. I would have liked. I wonder if I could put that on either side of it. I think it would barely fit, but would be the great addition. Finish this off. Okay. Let's put this off center. This little bit, that's so this way I don't have to throw it away. And use this up. There's a little bling missing here, so that's going to be annoying. I'm gonna go with another one. Oh my god. Just don't want to come off properly. Yikes. Having trouble. Okay, so here we go. And just lift if I can. Oh my god, it just doesn't want to collaborate. Okay, so one side done. I'm trying not to get it to stick too fast. Oh, yay. And oh my god. Yes. Okay. And I managed to make it symmetrical, which is quite surprising. Okay. I think on this excitement, I'm gonna stop it right there. There's a minute 30 left. But this little thing just exhausted me. Okay, so hope you've enjoyed. Please do let me know what you think. I'd be curious to know what type of images you're going to be using, if you're going to be using anything other than Christmas cards. Like I said, right now there's really not that many people that are actually sending out cards. I'm very disappointed. I usually got a lot more cards that I could dismantle, but this time really not a lot. So I'm hoping that once I finish going through the ones that are at my office, I'm gonna have some more to play with. So anyway, this is it for now. Even if it doesn't, you know, if it's not made totally from scratch, at least it gives you some ideas of layouts and things. So that is it. Bye everyone.